Hey guys, come on downstairs. We are bringing a little Minnesota Twins franchise action to you here today. It's Season 4, games 49 through 51. And we are on the road, finishing up a road trip against the Cleveland Indians. We are 7-9 in the month of May. We have 3 games here against the Indians on the road. Then we head back home for a nice 10-game homestand against the Tigers, Mariners, and Red Sox. Quick look at some of the stats coming into this. We are 9th in Major League Baseball in batting average at .267. We are 29th in strikeouts, pitching-wise, so second to last. The Indians are 26th in strikeouts in pitching. Those are some notable statistics team-wise to keep your eye on here today. In Minnesota Twins franchise, we are 20-28. This is year number 4. The Indians are 26-19, and it's a 3-game series. Danny Salazar will start. Look at the numbers for Salazar. 7-1, a 1.31 ERA. And you are looking live at Progressive Field. It's an overcast, rainy day. As we get the series underway here with the first game, Alex Meyer struggling this year. A 5.48 ERA, 3-6 on the season, giving up 72 hits in 47 2/3 innings. A 1.68 whip. That is not very good. Both Alexes, Alex Meyer and Alex Wood, are struggling for us. Danny Salazar is not struggling. 7-1, a 1.31 ERA, 0.84 whip, 63 strikeouts and 12 walks. Those are Cy Young numbers for Danny Salazar. Let's jump ahead now to the 4th inning to get the highlights underway. Chase Peterson batting .292 with 6 home runs, 18 driven in. 1 out, runners on second and third. Peterson ground ball to the left side. Lindor has it on to first. A run does come in to score, and the Twins jump out to a 1-0 lead in the 4th inning. We're going to go to the bottom of the 4th now. Former Twin from last season, Stephen Piscotty, with a runner on second and 1 out. Piscotty's going to split the gap in left center field. It's going to one-hop the wall. Buxton runs it down. Run comes in to score. And Piscotty's in with an RBI double that ties up the game. Later in the inning, Lonnie Chisenhall with runners on the corners. And Will Myers in right field doesn't even move. Turns around, watches it sail over his head. A 3-run home run for Lonnie Chisenhall. And the Indians take a 4-1 lead, a 4-run inning so far here in the 4th. And that's the way the 4th inning would end, with the Tribe up 4-1. We move to the 5th. Chad Bettis in to pitch for the Twins. 19th appearance this year. He's a long reliever, facing Tyler Naquin, who's batting .267. Nobody out, and Bettis in trouble with runners on the corners. This one will drop in front of the left fielder, Raimel Tapia. 1 run comes in to score. It's 5-1 Tribe. And Naquin with the RBI. Stephen Piscotty now, 1 for 2 on the day with a double. 10 home runs on the season for Piscotty. He's going to ground it to the right side. Bobbled. And the throw on to first gets Piscotty. A run does come in to score. It is now 6-1 Indians. End of the 5th. We move ahead to the 6th. Tribe batting again. Yan Gomes, 205 with 5 home runs. Chad Bettis still on the hill, and he gives up a long ball to Yan Gomes. A solo blast makes it 7-1. And this one has gotten away from the Twins here in the opener. Seems like Lonnie Chisenhall and Yan Gomes always hurt us when we play the Indians. And the Tribe goes on to win 7-1. That is surprisingly the first game of the season that we have played against Cleveland. There are 18 more to go against them this season. Danny Salazar goes 7, gives up 5 hits, 8 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 1 earned run for the Tribe. Francisco Cervelli goes 3 for 4 for us. And Lonnie Chisenhall, 2 for 4 for the Indians with a home run and 3 RBIs. The Tigers in first place, the Indians in second, the White Sox in third, Royals in 4th, and we are in 5th in the American League Central. On to game number 50. Second game of this 3-game series. We sit at 20-29. Jose De Leon having the best year out of any of our starters so far, will take the hill for us. And his matchup will be against Corey Kluber. Kluber's 3-3 with a 3.23 ERA. Pretty solid year for Kluber, maybe a little bit subpar for him, but not too far. Pretty good year for Kluber. First inning, Eduardo Nunez. 308, 2 home runs, 11 RBIs with the bases loaded and 1 out, and Nunez is going to slice it down the right field line. And 1 run will come in to score. Another one will follow, and it's 2-0 Twins. Raimel Tapia now later in the inning with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Tapia hitting well since being called up from AAA. This one drops in front of the left fielder. Run comes in to score. It is 3-0 Minnesota. So a good start for the Twins. Middle of the first inning, 3 runs on 5 hits for Minnesota. We move to the third. Still 3-0. Runners on the corners for Michael Brantley with 1 out. And Brantley into right field. That one will be played by Will Myers. Runner tagging. Here comes the throw. And it is not in time. The Tribe are on the board. It's 3-1. Michael Brantley drives in the run. End of the third inning. Twins lead by 2. Sixth inning now. Justin Turner hitting .269 with 2 home runs, 11 RBIs for the Tribe. With 2 outs and nobody on, ground ball left side, Sano backhands. On to first, strong throw, retires Turner. And a good outing by Jose De Leon. Through 6, he's only given up 1 run. We move to the 7th inning now. Jimmy Dyer comes in, making appearance number 17. He's got a 1.64 ERA. And he will face shortstop Jose Ramirez, who's 1 for 2 with a double. Runner on second with 2 outs. Here's the drive, deep to right field. Piscotty's going back of the wall. He dives or jumps into the wall, makes the catch. And that saved 1 run. Great play by Will Myers at the wall. At the end of 7, it's 3-1 Minnesota. Looking to split up the series. Shane Ashley. Appearance number 22 on the year. Michael Brantley will face him. Lefty on lefty matchup. Runner on third with 1 out. Brantley makes contact. Slow ground ball up the middle. On to first, and it's not going to be in time. Run would have scored anyway, even if they got the out. Michael Brantley with his 28th RBI of the year. It is 3-2. JT Chargois now. With runners on the corners and 1 out, Justin Turner with a drive to right field. Will Myers is going to chase it down, catch it on the right field line. I don't know if it would have been fair or foul, but a run does come in to score, and Brantley ties up the game. End of the 8th, we're all tied up at 3. We go to the 9th inning now. Top of the 9th, Dan Otero on for the Indians. 3.97 ERA. Facing Raimel Tapia with runners on the corners and just 1 out. First pitch of the at-bat, Tapia slices it down the left field line. That one's going to be caught in left. Runner tagging. Here comes the throw to the plate, and it is not in time. Danny Nolan comes in to score. And in the middle of 9, it's 4-3. We bring in Kevin Segras now to try to close things out. He's got 11 saves on the season. Abraham Almonte facing him with nobody on, nobody out, 0-2 count. Here's the pitch, and a drive deep to left field, and Almonte has tied up the game. Abraham Almonte with the solo home run. In the bottom of the 9th, we are tied at 4. And we're going to head to extra innings here on a rain-soaked day in Cleveland in late May of year number 4. 10th inning. Trevor May pitching for the Twins, a 2.86 ERA, facing Yan Gomes, who homered in game number 1 of this series. With the bases loaded and 1 out, and Yan Gomes is going to drive this over the head of Will Myers. Myers backing up to the wall, makes the catch, but it's going to do it. There's no way they get the out from back there. Naquin comes in to score the game-winning run in the bottom of the 10th. The Twins blow a 3-0 lead and lose in extra innings 5-4 to the Tribe. In game number 2, the Indians lead the season series now 2-0. The White Sox have leapfrogged the Indians and the Tigers for first place in the American League Central. Indians are second, Tigers third, the Royals fourth, and we are the only team in the division with a losing record. So opposite of last year the entire division had a losing record, I think, except for us. It was a very weak division. Right now, it looks like the strongest division in all of Major League Baseball. So game number 50, we fall to the Indians. On to the third and final game of this 3-game series, final game of a 6 or 7 game road trip. I can't remember how long it was, but Kyle Gibson will take the hill. It's a day game, getaway day for the Twins. They will head back home to face the Tigers after this. 3-game series with them, a 4-game series with the Mariners, and then a 3-game series with the Red Sox, a 10-game homestand from Target Field. Carlos Carrasco having a little bit of a struggle this year, a 6.36 ERA. And we'll get highlights started here in the second inning. Raimel Tapia, 320, 1 home run, 6 RBIs since being called up. Runner on second. Tapia is going to find the gap in left center field. Runner's going to head to the plate. He will score. Tapia is into second with a double, thinking about 3, but he will get back to second. It's 1-0 Minnesota in the second inning. So another good start for the Twins, trying to avoid getting swept here in Cleveland. This is Emilio Bonifacio playing left field for the injured Eddie Rosario. He drives it deep to center field, and that one's right at the track. Catch is made, runners tagging and scoring. And the Twins lead 2-0. Emilio Bonifacio, that's about as deep as he's hit a ball in a long time for us. Would have been a home run if it was down either of the lines. We go to the third inning, Twins leading 2-0. Kyle Gibson on the hill. Ground ball right up the middle. Runner rounding third, heading to the plate, and will score. And that is an RBI single for Cleveland. 2-1 at the end of 3. Minnesota still hanging on to the lead. We move ahead to the 6th inning. Jared Hughes on, making his 11th appearance. Facing Miguel Sano, who's 1 for 2 with a double and a run in the game, batting .278 on the year. Runner on first, and Sano drives it deep to center field. That one is back at the track, and it is into the trees. Miguel Sano, a 2-run home run. And I believe that's number 13 on the season for Sano. Here in game number 51, this one goes 450 feet. A towering bomb. There was no doubt about that one. Sano knew it when it left the bat. Middle of the 6th, the Twins lead 4-1. Trying to salvage the final game of this series. 8th inning now, Shane Ashley on. 2.77 ERA. Lefties and righties are both hitting in the 280 range against him. That is not where we need him to be. Ground ball to short. Runner on third. And the throw is in the dirt, but it is scooped by Will Myers, and that'll save a run. End of the 8th inning. 4 runs on 11 hits for the Twins. 1 run for the Indians. Kevin Segrist on, trying to save the game again. He blew it in game number 2 of this series. Facing Roberto Perez with runners on first and second and 2 outs. Perez lines it to left field. Raimel Tapia up and throwing, runner tagging, and he comes in to score. Abraham Almonte scores. It is 4-2, but there's 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Travis Jankowski already with an RBI on the day. Newly called up from AAA, Jankowski, looper into left field. Sano going back, makes the catch, backpedaling into shallow left. The Twins salvage the final game of this series, get a 4-2 win, and improve to 21-30. Look at the AL Central standings through game number 51. The White Sox are 31-20. Indians 30-20, or 28-20. Sorry, the Tigers are 30-20. They're in second. And again, the Royals have won 2 games in a row now to move to 2 games above 500. Miguel Sano, 2 for 4 with a home run and a double as your player of the game, and we leave Cleveland with a 2-1 deficit against the Tribe this season. American League standings, the Red Sox 7 games ahead of the Blue Jays, 8 over the Rays. In the Central, the White Sox a half a game over the Tigers, 1.5 over the Indians. The Tigers and the Indians would be the 2 wild card teams. Like I said, the AL Central looking like the best division in all of baseball so far. Out in the West, the Angels hold a 2-game lead over the Rangers, 2.5 games over the Mariners. The Astros 4.5 back, and the A's 8.5 back. We are 10 games out of first place at game number 51. So we are looking at possibly a rebuilding year here. We'll see how it goes. We hope that that's not the case. I'd like to get back into the wild card race, at least, especially considering we were in the playoffs last season. Let's look at the NL. The Nationals with a 6-game lead over the Phillies, 7 over the Marlins. Cubs, 6 games over the Pirates, 7 over the Cardinals. And out west, the Dodgers have a 5-game lead on the D-backs, a 7-game lead on the Giants. And Arizona and San Francisco would hold down the 2 wild card spots if the season were to end today. We are almost 1/3 of the way through the season. Actually, you got to consider this, almost 1/3, nearly 1/3 of the way through the season here. In year number 4, it's Minnesota Twins baseball on Mama's Basement Sports Gaming.